it difficult to clear my mind of thought as they always pop into my head and I can't control it. When I try to be aware of my breathing but not control it, this is also very hard because I become conscious and I automatically do so. Any tips? Actually, this explanation is a clear indication that you're practicing correctly. And what I mean by that is you're starting to see the way your mind works. You're starting to see that the nature of the mind is to automatically control things. It'll try to control everything. We try to control every part of our experience to make sure that it is the way that we want it to be and not be the way that we don't want it to be. So the first part of your question, or the first part of your problem, as far as thoughts popping into your head and not being able to control it, shows that you still have the idea that we're trying to control things. And this is natural. This is the way that we look at things. We think we have to control everything. So when thought enters the mind, that's wrong. Trying to stop it is, of course, our natural reflex. And that's the wrong way to approach things. That's what we're starting to realize. You're starting to realize that you can't control it. There's no way that you could possibly stop your mind from thinking, except temporarily, if you practice tranquility meditation to suppress the thoughts temporarily, but that is never a permanent solution. And in the end, this is why we teach people to let go and to accept the experience. So when you try to go the other way, at the same time, so on the one side you're saying you're trying to control your thoughts and can't do it. On the other side you're saying you're trying not to control your breath, but you can't do that either. So this is the fight between the two ways of looking at things. So, trying to control and trying not to control. The correct way is to not control, but even trying to not control is a form of trying to control. Forcing yourself to not force things. So there's no way out of that. It's the only way to become free from this is to see clearly that trying to control things is a problem. And as you watch the breath rising, falling, and you see yourself controlling it again and again and again, and you're forced to start over again and again and again, and forced to deal with the frustration, forced to deal with the impatience, the suffering involved with controlling, involved with forcing the breath, your mind will slowly realize. It's like you're teaching yourself, as you would teach a child, by direct experience, learning the hard way, that this is the wrong way to deal with things. You'll slowly let go. And you'll slowly, naturally, the breath will come by itself, and there will be no more controlling. You can't stop yourself from controlling. All you can do is see clearly, which you get by this clear thought, that clinging to things and forcing things is a cause for suffering. It's something that is painful, is stressful, and is unhealthy. Okay, so I hope that helps. Keep up the good work. This is the first step in meditation. The first step in letting go is to see that you're clinging. And I would encourage you to look carefully and see what your emotions are during the time that you feel like your breath is being forced. Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Are you stressed? What is your reaction to this when you're forcing things? And try not to get frustrated and try not to think that somehow your practice is wrong. Try to be patient and use it as a reason to build up patience in your practice, and to try to look at things and let things be the way they are. When you're forcing things, let yourself force them. See that you're forcing it, feel the pain of forcing it, feel the suffering, and just come to learn about that experience, so that in the future you can be clear that when you force things, this is what happens. Okay? Again, keep up the good work. Glad to hear that someone's actually meditating.